All right, hey guys, so this is the last presentation of the e-training, and it might not seem important. Let's go through and quickly review what we've done here and where do we go from here. So I'll keep this short. So let's first just quickly go over what we did. So each of you guys had your own presentation of your responsibilities and opportunities, and I hope those were really beneficial to you guys and specifically what your position entails, and then specifically how to use the PRR system. And so we also had a presentation about the PER system, and that is going to be a really big system for getting the managerial side done. I hope that you guys will be able to utilize it well, and it'll help everything run more smoothly. And then so the other side of the managerial side was the leadership side. So we had the leadership presentation, and you guys learned about the different theories, emotional intelligence, and just kind of the different leadership styles. And I hope those were really helpful for you guys to understand good leadership, and I hope that was a really good learning experience for you guys of just what the different types of leadership and when it's good to use some or not. In chapter operations, that was a little more dry. I feel like the leadership presentation was hopefully a really fun one. But this one is just dry but important. And just knowing Robert's Rules of Orders. Let's run good, efficient meetings where people aren't confused and that it's done fairly and that we also understand, you know, moving on from Robert's Rules, we understand how meetings are run in general. And then also where's the chapter fit in all of this? So, having me as a chapter advisor and alumni board, and then Acacia headquarters and International Conclave, and where does all this fit together? And this wasn't a presentation, but in the first module, you guys did some activities learning about yourself. I hope that was very beneficial, learning about your own personality, natural leadership style, your values clarification, and then your time equations. So that's what we kind of talked about, and I didn't need to go too much into it because I'm sure you guys learned a lot from them. So, but let's remind ourselves, why does this all matter again? This all, going through all this training and then also continually working to be better officers is something that's important because you might think, well, I'm just going to come in here, I just got elected, I'm not getting paid or anything for this, I'm just volunteering, I'm just going to put in my best effort and that's it. Well, as in a fraternity, we already are working to develop tomorrow's leaders, prepare tomorrow's leaders. That's the motto of Acacia. Sorry, not the motto, but that's kind of our saying or our vision. And so, in preparing tomorrow's leaders, these are the things where you become a leader. And when leader is a very general term, but learning about these knowledge, skills, and abilities is going to make you a better man, help you professionally later on in life, and will make this experience a lot better for you. It won't be as hard. You won't have so much trivial things to worry about. You'll be able to get a lot more fun and accomplish and feel accomplished with this position, with this training. And so I want to remind you guys about this quote from Scott Carson. What you are becoming is more important than what you are doing. I love this quote. In essence, it really just means keep that vision in mind. Although you may be going through some hard week, maybe an event's not going well or it didn't go well, you're having a hard time balancing school, work, your case of position. But just remember, keep your eyes on the prize. Keep that vision in mind and that knowing that what you're becoming is more important than what you are doing. So the big question, where do we go from here? Well, the first thing, this was all about learning. Learn about being a good officer, learn about being a good leader. And to finish up this, it's really important to go and reflect and like what does this all mean to you? How are you going to utilize it? And to just kind of really kind of wrap it around in your head and reflect on it. And that's where the real learning happens. And following that learning, you got to use that learning. You got to take it out, go do these things, go out and start getting involved, start putting down the man hours to get these different events done or get those guys recruited and such and such. And then the one that's easily forgotten is finish the cycle by reflecting again. So you learned from this training, you went out and did stuff, then finally reflect and learn from those experiences. And hopefully you guys can pass on that knowledge you gained and those experiences you gained, those lessons to the next guys. And I also wanted to summarize all this. So what we've been talking about is, what is your position? What is an officer? and really, in essence, what makes a good officer. So let's put in one word, what makes a good officer? And I believe that one word is grit. And I chose grit because grit to me is just perseverance, a tenacity. It's a attitude, it's a mindset, it's a way of doing things. It's going in and no matter what your inabilities are, no matter what the world puts up against you, or maybe you feel that there's things in the world you can't control, which is somewhat true, but there are things you can control yourself. You can control your environment, and you can do this by having grit and knowing that I am going to reach this outcome. And like I said, that's the mindset, but then in the doing, it's just not giving up. So it's a really good word just to sum everything of just getting results, and that is through grit. So we've talked about you guys this whole time. I think as a final note, for the end of this training, I should probably talk about my role as the chapter advisor and try to say this concisely. I know I talked about this at the transition workshop, but I believe the chapter role is I need to be the one to just formally keep you guys accountable. Make sure you're doing the right things. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to come in and be your mom or dad and micromanage or anything. It means that I'm going to ask you the right questions so that way, hey guys, are you guys getting ready for this? Are you doing this? And that way you guys know of what you need to do and then you guys can do the doing. So a way to say it is like I'm the one that asks the questions and you're the one that gives the answers. I won't be the one to say what is right, what is wrong. You'll just provide the answer and whatever that is, I will advise you on that and you'll choose your course of action. There will be times though where I will need to, you will need to follow some of the things like following the PERS system. I need you guys to follow that. I'm going to hold you guys accountable to certain things like the PERS system or filling out the right forms or making sure you're communicating regularly with headquarters. Those kinds of things that I demand from you are things that just need to get done. Now, how you go about doing those things, that's kind of more of where that's in your guys' ballpark. And finally, obviously, I might be asked, stating the questions and giving the answers. That doesn't mean you can't ever come to me for questions. That is the biggest thing you guys can do is reach out to me and don't let yourself struggle. Come out to me and I can help you. So guys, I appreciate you guys getting through all this and now it's time to get to work. Thank you.